At the North American Utility Car and Truck of the Year judging event in Ann Arbor, Michigan, we were able to drive vehicles not available to the public, including the 6th generation hybrid-powered Honda Prelude, back after almost 25 years. It might be a while before I get my hands on one for a full test, so here's my chat with Honda's Jonathan Yu, the Prelude's product planner. If anyone can offer up a deep dive, it's him.
But altogether, this package is a everyday grand touring vehicle that anyone can drive. So this is a really accessible vehicle, not a track-focused vehicle.
Before we head out, the basics. With destination, retail pricing starts at around $44,000. Will there be dealer markups? It would shock me if there weren't, at least initially. Prelude essentially comes one way. Choose color, then add accessories like this spoiler. The front-drive hybrid powertrain puts out 200 horsepower and returns 44 miles per gallon average.
The 2-liter Atkinson cycle engine with our 2 electric motors. So our award-winning hybrid electric system.
So the car will default in GT mode, and you can then go into comfort mode, and then you can go into sport mode, and then individual mode, and you can customize each of the settings.
Jonathan and I will discuss the powertrain as we drive, but know this about the chassis.
Dual axis front suspension on the Civic Type R. We lifted everything from the Civic Type R. The front rotors and rear rotors are the same as well, 13.2 front rotors and then 12-inch rotors in the rear. Adaptive damper setup. You'll notice on the front and the brake calipers, it's blue. So that's to denote that it's a hybrid, and that doesn't change based on the exterior color. And then you have a black color roof option and black side door mirror caps, and that's also available as a color option combined only on the Winter Frost Pearl, which is this color right here.
FYI, no sunroof is offered. Moving inside, anyone familiar with Honda products will feel right at home. The cabin does get some upgrades, lots of suede fabric and blue stitching in here. The heated seats are asymmetrical. The driver gets a little extra bolstering and support. Plus, houndstooth. For sound, there's an 8-speaker Bose system. This is a 2+2. Only kids and adults you don't like should sit back here. For the first time, Prelude is no longer a notchback coupe.
6th generation Honda Prelude is a liftback. The reason why we did that was to add a lot of versatility and space to the vehicle. We don't want this to be your one-trick pony, where it's only your weekend car, for example. You can fold these seats down, and it'll give you a lot of space. You can put 2 to 3 sets of golf clubs in this vehicle. So significant amount of space.
It's a dreary day in Ann Arbor, but let's get out onto the road and talk Prelude. The transmission selector is very Honda familiar.
Yeah, very Honda familiar. Yeah, the first thing you notice is the compliance of the suspension.
And what mode are we in?
We're in base control mode in GT.
Okay.
And that's where the car defaults in.
Is that effectively, for lack of better term, comfort?
No, not necessarily.
Is there a comfort setting?
Yeah, there is a comfort setting as well. GT mode is, we call it grand touring mode, but pretty close to what a car would have normal mode, in a sense. About very balanced mode. Yeah, it's going to feel like a Civic Hybrid in terms of operation and the base control mode. But you still get that torque and pickup.
Is there any more horsepower?
No, not any more additional horsepower. It's still the 200 horsepower, 232 foot-pound of torque.
Okay. I was talking to somebody yesterday, and they were obsessed with the transmission. So describe it.
Sure. So our system is different from what's out there in the competitive world. It's what's in the CR-V, Accord, Civic, and now this vehicle. It's a 2-liter Atkinson that charges act as a generator that charges the batteries, and then the batteries powers the electric motors, which then in turn drives the wheels. So there's no transmission. It's basically, as you said, the electric motors drive the wheels directly, and that's why any of our hybrid vehicles, it's a very seamless operation, very smooth, refined operation, and that's also why you feel all the instantaneous torque on the car. So you get that in this vehicle. And that's why there's no CVT, there's no transmission basically powering the wheels or driving the wheels. It's basically electric motors. So to put it bluntly or very closely related to, it's like EV operation. Electric motors are driving the wheels.
Yeah, and when the clutch does lock up and it drives the the wheels directly from the internal combustion engine, that's for efficiency.
Correct, and it's usually only at highway speeds. So under very specific conditions, it does that. Pretty much any other operation or conditions, it's the electric motors are driving the wheels.
Okay.
So the official term, what we call is direct drive unit.
Yeah. and in most instances, this is a series hybrid.
Yeah. I think this was it.
Even in GT mode,
Yeah.
with the dampers not fully stiffened up, that's nice.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the simulated shifts.
Sure. So let's use the paddle shifters in sport. So now you're going to be in sport mode.
Okay.
And then in S Plus. So if you want to use the paddle shifters, so you can downshift 5, and then go 4, 3, 2. So you hear all the sound.
Now it won't go.
Well, because you're already max RPM.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's 8 simulated gears in this system right here. And in Honda S Plus in sport, you can manipulate the car akin to like a dual clutch transmission.
Yeah, and it feels like shifts.
Yes.
What's happening mechanically?
There's
when
actually,
that's happening?
yeah, there's, so the only thing that you're experiencing from a sound is it matches with the Atkinson motor, but it's not like the motor's giving you power or driving the wheels. It's just to kind of give you that sensation of not a disconnected feeling between you and the car. But everything else is simulated, whether it's through the sound, through the speakers, giving you that experience that is akin to like a manual operation, manual transmission or a dual clutch transmission.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So when I'm downshifting here, that's
It's
not the engine, is it?
There is engine pulsation, so the Atkinson will pulsate to give you that kind of downshift feel. But it's not because like there's a transmission in the car and you're downshifting and the gear change and
Right,
But
okay.
it's simulating that. The width of the Civic Type R is the same, but the length is shorter than a Civic Type R, so it has a shorter wheelbase, and that's to give it a more fun, dynamic kind of experience, more nimble. That's one of the highlights why we made it different instead of just making the exact same specification.
Right.
As Civic Type R, because we want this car to be fun to drive, but also compliant, everyday driving kind of characteristic, but fun to drive too at the same time.
And this is aimed at a different audience.
Yeah, so accessibility is always key, and we made this vehicle very accessible to a wide audience. So you're going to have your core demographic, which we feel is going to be male, someone who's nostalgic for the Prelude brand, who had a Prelude or aspired to have a Prelude in the past.
That would be me.
But then there's also, because of the accessibility of the car, we feel that even, let's say, millennials who are females, professionals, may want this vehicle to have, as an extension of themselves, because it's a very stylish two-door coupe that, has automatic operation, and you can easily drive the vehicle. We have great visibility, kind of one of the Honda hallmarks. Filled with features, this car has the same level of features, or almost the same level of features as Civic Sport Touring, which is our top level trim, and there's only one trim for this car. So it's a fully loaded car with all the features you want, and being very accessible with the operation that it has. So let's make a right here and go further down the road.
Right.
Yeah, on Wagner.
Okay.
Right here, yeah.
Oh, interesting. There were simulated downshifts there
Correct,
as I was
yes,
coming to
yeah.
the slowdown.
So great for city driving because you get all that pickup from the electric motors,
Yeah.
and very compliant in this. This is the most aggressive setup that we have, and setting wise, and
Yeah,
it's pretty
and
compliant.
it's still fine.
Yeah, even on this type of roads, a condition of roads.
So this is the firmest the dampers will
Yes,
get. It's not bad.
not bad.
And with a shorter wheelbase.
Correct. Yeah. Maybe in a Civic Type R, you won't take your car out in these type of conditions, but in this car, you can easily do it, no problem. So this is what I mean by like an everyday Grand Touring car. You can take it out in this type of weather and still have the confidence and drive it as you would even in the dry.
Yeah. There have to be thousands of buyers out there that thought their high-performance, super stiff suspension car was exactly what they wanted, and then after living with it for 6 months, they're like, well, okay, this is kind of beating me up.
Yeah, I mean, make it right here. Yeah, I had 2 S2000s, and to the point where the cars were really modified. And then as you progress in that modification, you lose drivability, right?
Yeah.
So you don't want a car that has compromised drivability, and because then what happens is you don't drive it as much.
Yeah.
Right. So Civic Type R is kind of like a race car but for the street, and then so you kind of don't drive it as much, or you drive it only on optimal conditions, or maybe on the weekends when you want to drive it without any, on back roads. So, but in this car, you want to drive the car that you just purchased. This is a sports coupe, but you want to drive it every day. So this car allows you to drive it every day without the compromises of like a harsh suspension, back braking ride, while also having that engagement and fun aspect at the flip of a switch. So that's the key of Prelude has always been the innovation technology, and we're combining that with also the fuel efficiency, instantaneous torque for city driving, and then also Honda S Shift, with the driver engagement.
Yeah.
In a sports coupe. So that's really, and people ask like, why do we combine a two-door coupe with a hybrid system? Well, we're selling over 50% hybrid already. It's an award-winning system. People love it, the refinement, the smoothness. Now we put it in a coupe, add in the driver engagement with Honda S Shift, feature-rich vehicle, very stylish premium car, and I think we have a winning combination with all those factors.
I'm going to focus on the simulated shifts
Sure.
here, slowing down. Yeah, I mean, it sounds like it's downshifting, feels like it's downshifting, and yeah, it feels pretty good.
I think if
It feels like a dual clutch.
Yeah, so it's akin to like a dual clutch operation. And I think, if I didn't know anything about cars and I was your passenger, I would just assume this car has a transmission.
Yeah.
Yeah. Even though it doesn't, but yeah. And that was what we were trying to pull off here is to the average person, is there a transmission? And it's like, yeah, it feels like it. In this operation, it feels like it, but there isn't a transmission.
Yeah. Nice and wet. I
Yeah.
feel right at home. It's just like Seattle. Wow, this is pretty.
Yeah.
And this is why you own a car like this.
Exactly.
It's comfortable, but it's engaging to drive.
Yes. And even this, with this rain right here, it's still great. You can still drive this car and still enjoy the outdoors and the back roads in this vehicle, and not feel, like, I'm a little worried taking out, let's say, my, raw sports car or something like that in this type of weather.
Yeah. What tires are on this?
We have the Continental Extreme Contact Sport 2s. These are the accessory summer performance tires on the car.
Oh, these are the summer tires?
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah.
Not bad for a wet road.
Exactly.
Yeah. Any passenger would feel like that is a regular geared transmission.
Yes.
That there was a passenger in that Volkswagen that just went by. He was like,
Oh, that coupe car, right? Yeah.
And behind a garbage truck. Not the kind of thing you want to be behind when you're in the new Prelude.
Yeah, since we're behind this, we'll experience comfort. So then comfort. So you notice the sound comes down, right? The ambient sound comes down. Like, you probably noticed it, right?
Hang on.
Yeah. Yeah, so you hear, and then
Oh yeah.
It a little bit lower in terms of this ambient noise, and then the suspension will also feel softer. It really controls the damping, and the steering wheel will feel lighter.
Yeah.
But you still can use manual operation in S Plus, and you get all the torque from the EV. It's kind of like a very seamless EV operation, and with paddle shifters, but very well damped. It's extremely comfortable. The reason why we have this kind of a setup is if you have a passenger in the car, or a spouse, or girlfriend, significant other, you can have a conversation, or you can go on a long trip and not feel that the car is being intrusive, even though it's a sports car.
Yeah. Does it have active noise cancellation?
Yes, it does.
Okay.
Actually, do we do this weird?
At,
I'll let you just.
we're just driving around now.
Yeah.
Jonathan and I are kind of lost, so time to wrap this up. I plan on getting a Prelude ASAP to do a full review. In the meantime, no, it's a solid machine that goes from daily driver to corner carver at the touch of a switch. For track days, maybe stick with the Type R. My normal car reviews are much more detailed. Check those out. If you like what you saw, subscribe. I'm on all the popular social media platforms, so hit me up there with questions or just leave them in the comments. That's Driven. I'm Tom Voelk.